of Deviatic Studios, where we make video games for kids of all ages. Anyhow, so for the last couple of weeks, I've been reading, well, studying this book, Level Up, The Guide to Great Video Game Design by Scott Rogers. It is an entertaining title. If you look at the comics, you know, it doesn't end there, okay? So, the last dozen or so posts on Instagram has been about this book, whether it's a quote from it or a topic that I studied in here. I wanted to end my study of this book with a video, just summing things up, you know, the things that really worked for me. Okay, so what do I think? This book opened my eyes in many ways when it comes to level design. You know, designing from top down, you know, starting with your world, then the levels, then focusing in on the experience that you're trying to create, and then go the moment-to-moment gameplay. That's an approach that I think it keeps the story together for me better. The second thing that, in terms of level design, there were three things, you know, the approach, the top-down approach, the beat chart, and using a gray box levels, you know, the playground, the battle arena, and the training levels. These all help to make the development process more fun, as opposed to work or the drudgery of finishing all these levels. Well, having a playground level, it gives it that workshop feel, but at the same time, if you're in a playground and you're trying out your new toys, you're going to want to have fun, and that's going to translate into a better experience for the people who will be playing your game. That's my theory, okay? Then the battle arena, which I haven't tried yet, I'm looking forward to trying, where you test all your weapons in combat. You know, I'm looking forward to that. So let me go back to level design, you know, the second thing, beat charts. Okay, here's where you look for patterns and see where you may need to add more, take stuff away. You know, I'll do a quick look-see. So, you know, here's where you do your level naming. You have a spreadsheet and you put all this information in, and you could look at all of this before you even do your first map and see what you're trying to create and whether you need to move things over a bit or add more, you know. So I'm not going to give it all away. You can go get the book and learn about it. I think that will be it's an awesome tool, you know. It helps you look for things like clumping when you have too many enemies or too many mechanics introduced at once. And then it's like overload. You know, having a night and day, a change of scenery often enough so the player isn't bored. These are the things where, you know, putting it all into a spreadsheet and looking at it, and this is what the beat chart is. It gives you a better handle on what you're trying to create. I focused on a set number of things, you know, level design, the game documents, where I learned about the beat chart. This is a first for me. I have a list. So the game documents, the game mechanics, level design, combat, and enemies. All of this was very useful for me. I've made a number of games, and we're working on our second commercial game, and at the same time doing an update on our first commercial game to implement some of these things I've learned. So the whole purpose of this video today was to sum up what I've learned from here, and it's a whole lot, without writing a thesis on the book. It's a very good book to learn about game design, and it's an entertaining book. It's one of those that you're going to pick up and not put down for a couple of weeks. Instead of using invisible barriers, what I did here is move the pirate ship over and introduce a hazard for the player where they fall in the water, they die. So, you do it a couple of times, you realize that maybe you don't want to go that way. And here's another level where I did the same thing.